Hello everyone and welcome to Club Reaction to Rangers 1, Real Betis 0 in the first group stage game of the Europa League. I am Scott Carney, I am with Alistair Pearson. Ali, how are you?
Very well, actually quite happy coming at Ibrox for once. So.
Yeah, honestly, there's mixed performances throughout the full game in terms of Rangers, but ultimately we've managed to win the first game of this group stage against arguably the toughest opposition that we're going to face in the group. And yes, I am very happy, especially with the second half performance. It's a rare change, a rare treat to be feeling pretty chipper about things. The starting 11 tonight was Butland, Tavernier, Goldson, Davis kept his spot, Barisic came in. The midfield was Lundstrom, Cifuentes and Lawrence, and the front line was Matondo, Sima and Roof. I nearly said Dessers there, but Dessers did come on. When you seen the lineup before the game, mate, you were rather chipper about it.
Yeah, I was surprised when I seen it, to be honest. The front three is what I would have went with. The midfield, I was surprised. I thought he would have sat with Jack and Lundstrom as sitting midfielders. He didn't. He sat with Lundstrom, Cifuentes was there, and Tom Lawrence, and guys in the pub, Colin Craig were talking as well. They were the same as us. I think everyone turned around and went, no, we like this team. From what we had to pick from, I thought it was a positive team.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it was a positive team. Maybe a wee bit shocked that Sima played and he didn't decide to play Dessers and Roof, but I think he wanted Roof as the kind of central figure in the
pace either side.
Yeah, in the front line with the pace either side, yeah, for sure. In the game itself, I thought Rangers started decent for the first 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, maybe at a push, and we probably and should have took the lead with a fantastic ball by Kamar Roof through to Matondo, mate. He was on-rushing onto goal. He'd left his defender for dead. He had to beat the keeper, but he hit it straight at him. He has to score here.
He does. He was too square for me at the time. He's got to lift it for me. Tries to kind of place it by the keeper, doesn't hit the keeper. It was poor for Matondo. I'm not going to slag him for it because he scored a fantastic goal at the weekend, but it was reminiscent of when he was through against I think it was Ross County last season, where he did a similar thing. But he should score, but I'm not going to give him that much credit.
You'd be saying a completely different thing, mate, if he hadn't have won that game today. But it was one of those ones I thought, very frustrated that he didn't put us ahead, because I think it would have really set Ibrox on fire. It really would have. The crowd would have been right up for it. No, I'm not going to lie, this is a bit well be negative in this podcast, just pre-warning everybody. From then on in the first half, for the next 30 minutes anyway, probably into the last 10 minutes of the half, Rangers were so poor. I mean, really poor. Again, sitting off the team, not really having any sort of outball, giving the ball away sloppy, really not making anything happen. I said to my dad, he was even sitting talking to me about it, he was going, what are we doing? I was like, we are doing nothing. We are literally doing nothing, and it very much seemed like that. In saying that, mate, I think we did contain Betis pretty well. I didn't really feel like a goal was coming for them. I thought they could if they kind of went through their gears. I wasn't particularly impressed with Betis, but in the first half we were doing our best to let them control the game. That's probably the nicest way I can say it.
Yeah, they're technically a very good team. A lot of these teams that play in La Liga and in Europe are usually technically good. They were good. They moved the ball about nicely without really hurting us, to be honest, especially the first half. But yeah, after that wee flurry we had, I thought we were very wasteful. I think we struggled in the middle of the park to grab hold of the game.
Yeah.
Just hold on to the ball. It's like a hot potato at times. Cifuentes, he looked lost. He looked absolutely lost at times. His runners were running off him. He was just standing there. There was most players were poor that first half for up to 35 minutes, but it was that's probably the only time I will be negative in this podcast.
Yeah, and really from there on in, Rangers all of a sudden started to play football. It's as if we just snapped into life at points, and we started to put together really nice passages of play, and we started to act like we wanted to be involved in the game and not just participate in it. It was much better, much improved towards the end of the half, and we were going in at half time thinking, right, we've started to see something there. The players looked like they actually gave a bit of belief about themselves, and there was slight tactical changes in what Beale had done in terms of getting us back into the game, but ultimately it was making the passes count, working hard for each other, and having a go, literally having a go. And I thought we finished the half looking the more likely team. Into the second half, and I had the fear, mate, I'm not going to lie, because so many times I've seen Rangers in the second half come out and not do anything. from the get-go in the second half, Rangers were on it. They really were on it. We decided that we were going to press them high. Again, I don't know if that's a tactical decision by Beale to stand off them in the first half and then go at them in the second half. I've got no idea. I don't know why, as a home team, we wouldn't really go for them unless we were just sussing them out or what. I don't know. Again, it's probably tactical stuff that's way over my understanding. But really, from the start of the half, mate, Kamara Roof was leading the press. All of a sudden we were up and we were in their faces, and Betis didn't enjoy any of it at all.
No, I didn't. I thought we were very good when we came out. Rangers, the last 10 minutes first half, I thought like you say, we clicked into gear. What a difference when you have to move a ball quickly. And second half, I thought we moved the ball quickly. I thought players like Cifuentes, who was poor in the first half, came alive. I thought the second half looked like the player that we thought we've signed. He was moving the ball quick, he was getting his head up. We were breaking the lines against them. They didn't like it, Betis, and you could feel it. The crowd were getting up, and it was wave after wave with Rangers. And we weren't peppering the goalkeeper, you want to say, but the pressure was on, and you just felt something was coming for Rangers.
Yeah, Tom Lawrence had a cracking effort from probably about 30 yards, maybe a wee bit further, and they kind of whizzed past the post, which again kind of rejuvenated the crowd. The crowd started to see, right, okay, well, we're going to take a few chances here, we're going to have a go. Some of the passes were brilliant, even from deep, from Goldson, and balls into Roof was great. That we were just starting to link up, we were starting to look like a team that wanted to actually go and win this game, and the pressure really just get put onto Betis, and as I said, they really didn't enjoy it. We had numerous corners, mate, and I said to you walking down the road, you could actually feel as if something was happening.
Matondo's run as well.
Oh, Matondo's run as well, absolutely fantastic. Again, Matondo with that run, he probably should slip in Roof when he gets towards the
begrudge him
box.
after that,
You cannot grudge him, you really can't. And when you're starting to see people like that, that's see moments like that in games, mate, that helps everybody because it helps the crowd.
Yeah, no, it lifts everyone. Matondo, he was in and out of the game today, for sort of focusing on him for a second. He was in and out of the game. I thought him and Barisic struggled the first half really to link up. He would come short, Matondo, and then he would want to spin and Barisic when he needed it. But a second half, I thought they had more of an understanding. Barisic was going to overlap with him. But Matondo, that wee run he done there, we need more like that. A bit of belief, just grab the game yourself. And I thought he does this for Matondo with us in moments in games. He's done it a few times for us. Yeah. And like you say, it sparks the crowd and it sparks the team, and we need more of that going forward. Yeah, and that's really what happened. As I say, and then we had a success in the corners. Kamara went over to the word with James Tavernier before he hit the corner. It went deep over to Lammers. Lammers headed it back across the goal. Kamara got a shot from point blank. The keeper does really well to save, and then I don't know who turns it back in. To be honest, it might be Lundstrom. I'm just thinking of previous corners where Lundstrom was that gets it back into the mix, and Seamer's there to tuck it away, and Rangers take the lead. At this point, mate, once everything had calmed down and the obligatory VAR check that we had to go through because of the chaos of that goal, it was an old-fashioned stramash. I just felt, I said to my dad, I was like, we deserve that. We're good for that goal. Yeah. Rangers deserved the goal. Like I say, you could feel it coming when Roof has that chance and the keeper has a good save. It comes back, you think, oh God. And then obviously Seamer, who's an enigma, nicks it off of Davis. Davis was about to tap in, but he nicks it off him, and the VAR check comes up, as you say, Carney. And the last two VARs we've had have been ridiculous. The one at Ibrox against Celtic was criminal. The one last week was dodgy, to say the least. And this one comes up and you're thinking, not again, but the check happens, the referee points, the goal's given, and Rangers deserved the goal, Carney, they really did. Yeah, I agree. I think we thoroughly deserved it. Barisic hit the bar as well. Yeah. Was that before the goal? It was before the goal. We hit the bar from a free kick as well. So we were getting there, and we were there or thereabouts. After that, it's always going to happen. Rangers were going to fall a wee bit deeper. We're going to try and protect what we had. Lawrence went off around 60 minutes as well. I forgot to mention that. I'm hoping that's more precaution than anything else. He walked off the park.
He did. So hopefully it's not nothing serious. I don't think he was ever really going to play 90 minutes tonight because he is very much still working himself back into match fitness. But we were always going to have pressure put on us by Betis. They were going to go for it. They made a number of changes after we scored to try and get themselves back in it. Only really one thing to report is probably a great save at near post by Butland, who again I thought was solid. He had a wee bit of a flap at one, but it led to I think he put the boy off enough for him to smash it into the side netting, and it was always going to be like that. But really, mate, honestly, and from everybody down. It was a collective team effort, and you could feel it. The crowd were willing, the players as well, to get the ball into the corner, which we did. I thought we controlled the game out very well. It wasn't as harum scarum as it could have been, mate.
It usually is.
Yeah, but I thought we were deserving of the win.
I game management for me in the 5 minutes of added time, I thought Rangers were very good. Usually we like to give a corner kick away in the dying seconds to test our hearts, but no, I thought Rangers game management had the ball in the corner flag, did very well, seen the game out. Betis huffed and puffed, and I mean, they are Spanish teams, they were falling over the ground, play acting all the time through that game. These teams do it, to be honest. I said to Carney, I was like watching Livingston come to Rangers the way they were doing it, time wasting, but fair enough. But no, I thought Rangers thoroughly deserved the win, and it's a huge win for us, Carney, and it puts us in the driving seat in this group stage now.
It's a fantastic result for us. I think Prague won 3-2 against Limassol. But again, it's a fantastic start for us. It really is. We've put ourselves in a fantastic chance now to get out of this group with the games that we have coming up. So no, a brilliant start. Really good to have a second half like that and to leave Ibrox with a bit of a skip in your step. It was a thoroughly enjoyable European night, and probably more, if I'm going to be honest, than I thought we would get from tonight. So I'm very happy with the reaction, the way the players applied themselves, the way that they went about it in the second half. I thought we were good for it. Man of the match tonight, mate, for me is John Lundstrom. I thought John Lundstrom marshalled that midfield. He was screaming his head off. Okay, people I know are going to pull up a few times he made a bit of a sloppy touch. One with Davis where I don't think Davis had touched the ball and kind of fired it off Lundstrom, and then one where Ryan Jack kind of showed Lundstrom down the river towards the end as well, which did lead to a corner, but obviously nothing came of it. So I don't want to be too critical of him, but in terms of a guy that's coming in, not really out the cold, but a guy that's starting a massive game like tonight, mate, I thought Lundstrom was fantastic in the middle of the park tonight.
Yeah, no, he was good. Lundstrom, for me, he led the midfield. The first, as we talked about, first 35 minutes, we weren't great as a team. I thought he tried to get us going at times. Second half, I thought he was very good, Lundstrom. He's got to step up now, Lundstrom, because we're missing Rask, we're missing Cantwell. I don't know about Lawrence, obviously. So you look at our doubles obviously out as well, so we're kind of thin in the middle of the park now, and he's one of the guys we need to look to. And I thought he's been decent this season, Lundstrom. I don't think he's been brilliant, but he's been decent. But tonight, I thought he was very good. Yeah,
very good. Your man of the match as well?
My man of the match, I thought Kamar Roof was very good once again.
I think he shows
he is our best striker, Kamar Roof. I know we didn't score.
He's so smart as an attacker.
He's strong, he holds the ball, he brings players in. Thought he was very good, but I'm going to give it to Ben Davis. I thought another guy who's come out the cold, I thought he played very well at the weekend. A lot of folks said Souttar should play tonight. Davis played tonight. I thought he was fantastic. A couple of chances in the last 10 minutes Betis had. He had a few last ditch interceptions. I thought he was very good tonight, and for me, he has the shirt going forward.
Ooh, big call by Alistair. But again, this is what we mean when we criticise players and we say we think should be moved on, etc. Matondo, Davis as well. I want them to prove us wrong. I want them to be. I don't take any joy in criticising any Rangers player. And tonight, look, we're not perfect by a long stretch of imagination. There's still bits that we do in games that baffles me and frustrates the life out of me. But what we got in that second half is much more like it. Just give us something to believe in. Make us believe that you know what you're doing and that you actually want to go out and try and win football games. So in the second half, no, I'm delighted with that, and I'm delighted that we've started off that's a negative Polish, mate, coming to get us. Negative Polish. That's it's a fantastic way to start the group stage, and I could not be happier. Ali, thank you very much for tonight, mate, and I'll speak to you tomorrow, actually. Aye.
You will. It's good to have Thursday nights back, because Thursday nights are Rangers nights.
They are Rangers nights. They are Rangers nights. And selfishly, they suit my life so much better playing football on a Thursday night. So I'll take a wee bit of joy out of that. But no, it is what we wanted. It's a fantastic start. We've got 3 points on the board in the first game against, as I said, arguably the strongest opposition we're going to play in this group stage. So yes, a very, very happy night at Ibrox. We'll be back tomorrow night with Club Live. I think Mr. Haymark is hosting tomorrow night, so please tune in and join us then. I'm sure you'll enjoy the rest of your Thursday and your Friday, whatever you're doing with it, and we'll speak to you tomorrow night. We are Club at 22, the Rangers podcast. Cheers everyone.